Hey kids, here we are. It's another Tuesday afternoon, and I don't really have much to say in the way of things that are going on in my life because I did the same thing this week as I did last week. Probably exactly. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, I do the same thing. Nothing really new in my life, so I'm just gonna talk about things that I think about. So here's the thing. I don't really care about celebrities' lives. Like, the celebrity gossip and all that, I don't really buy into. If they entertained me, I like them, basically. I mean, obviously there's exceptions to that rule. Usually they're male exceptions that I really love. And even them, I know a little bit about their lives, but I don't really go and be like, oh my gosh, who are they with? Who are they married to? When's their birthday? What's their favorite pizza topping? They are supposed to do a job, and if they do that job well, cool, that's awesome. Like, if my dentist did a good job and I was like, oh my gosh, my dentist is totally awesome, let me go find about his life and what's his dog's name and where does he go on a Friday night. I don't really care what they do with their lives. But my mother is like IMDB obsessed. And so she'll go on while we're watching a movie on her iPad, and just look up these people and like tell me all these things. I'm like, okay, thanks, but I'm watching this. I don't need to know about the actor's life while I'm trying to experience this film. But I've recently gone on IMDb and looked at the biography sections and found a section of the biography that I've really enjoyed. So I'm going to share with you my findings of the IMDb section that is trademark. So I'm going to start with, I was looking up Benedict Cumberbatch while I was watching Sherlock, and I found the trademark section. So I'm going to start with him. His trademark is bold blue eyes, rich, deep, baritone voice. Okay, cool. So I did some more searching. David Tennant, sideburns, very thin, and I never really even thought about this, but in his trademark section is raises eyebrows a lot. Like, does he do that so much that it's his trademark? Nathan Fillion, charming personality, known for playing unusual but highly likable characters. NPH, his trademark has that his catchphrases are suit up and legendary, which I wouldn't really say is a Neil Patrick Harris trademark. His character says those things. That is a Barney Stinson trademark, not a Neil Patrick Harris trademark, unless he's actually picked that up in real life and started saying those things. Then another trademark, blonde hair, often works his singing ability into his roles, and often plays mischievous characters. Rob Lowe. Early in his career, he was known for playing unlikable, ambiguous jerks. But now, he is known for playing likable, charming characters. What a turnaround. Way to go, Rob. Alec Baldwin. Deep, raspy voice. Long, story-driven monologues. Frequently plays immoral men of power. Frequently plays deeply narcissistic, though inherently moral characters. Deadpan comic delivery. I feel like the frequently plays kind of contradict each other. Frequently plays immoral men of power. Frequently plays deeply narcissistic, though inherently moral characters. So the first one is immoral men, and the second is inherently moral. So his trademarks contradict each other. I don't know. I've been finding this section pretty enjoyable. So maybe next week I'll do women, because I was all men, of course, because that's obviously I'm like, ooh, who are all the men I like? The themes. I have a lot of nicknames, as Chelsea prepped you all for. I don't know why. I'm going to start with the longest running nickname I have had. Well, essentially I guess Mary Kate is a nickname because my first name is Mary, my second name is Caitlin. Mary Kate is what my family calls me. I guess that would be my actual longest running nickname. But next would be my uncle, who named gave everyone a nickname, called me Cakes, and still does that to this day. The other ones didn't last. Like, my brother was Tank. That disappeared pretty quickly, I assume. Next is my cousins couldn't pronounce Mary Kate. So my cousin pronounced it Mary Tate. So I got called Mary Tate a lot, and then it just got cut down to Tate. So that was pretty popular through like my middle school years, was Tate. And then his sister, my other cousin, took Kate and made it not Tate, but Cake. So it was Mary Cake for a while, and the kids I babysit also picked up the Mary Cake thing because they heard cake instead of Kate. So they started calling me Mary Cake. But then as I got older, they found that really funny that it was Mary Cake, and then they started calling Chelsea Chelsea Cake because they were just adding cake after it. And then they thought, no, it wouldn't be Mary Cake and Chelsea Cake if we were adding cake to the end. It would be Mary Kate Cake. So now when I babysit them, they call me Mary Kate Cake. Next, I missed another family nickname, Gypsy, which Chelsea explained. Mama Rose, Baby June, Gypsy, because Gypsy is our life. And I, of course, am the thrown aside daughter who becomes a stripper. So let's all look forward to that phase in my life. Next, our school nicknames, I guess. I only had one from Mr. Nish, who literally gave everyone a nickname, and I was Sam. Saw you on HBO last night, which was a really confusing thing to hear from a teacher. I didn't know what the nickname meant yet. That's just, this was me being given my nickname. Sam, saw you on HBO last night. So, of course, I was on what? And it was something about Mary. So I was Sam for the rest of that semester at school for Mr. Nish. And then there was my swimming nicknames. For a while, I was called Speedy when I was, like, young and good. And then, like, I wasn't good anymore. And then I got good again, but, like, you wouldn't call an older person who's good Speedy, because that's lame. I also had a coach call me Hammer, because it was MC Hammer. So I was Hammer for, like, a minute and a half. And I had a friend at school who, when he found out I was a swimmer, called me Nemo. And every time I saw him on campus, he could be across, like, the courtyard, and he could see me, and he would go like this to me with my, my lucky fin. So he would, Nemo! Yeah, and that was a nickname that he gave me. I feel like everyone I know has a different nickname for me. Oh gosh, my grandfather, I forgot to mention, he calls me Morakach, which is my Irish name for Mary Kate. And so a lot of times my family will call me Mora instead of Mary. So Morakach, that's my Irish name. Okay, I forgot that one. I've got a list of, I need a list for all the nicknames I have. Isn't that absurd? Dart of Darkness is another one that my family gave me. I also get the Mary Brat, and Chelsea gets the Chelsea Brat. So yeah. When I was becoming friends with the group of friends I still have now, friend Amanda started calling me Spirit Fingers because our friendship grew at dance class, and I was Spirit Fingers. I had a priest who, whenever he asked my grandfather about me, would ask, how's the witch? Because we all know that when I was younger, I didn't like, daytime. And once the sun would set, I would, like, come out of my shell, and that apparently was a witch thing. So he always inquires about the witch. And then there's the ever-popular Merkate that turned into Murky for you guys. That one's for you guys. So I guess you could say most groups of people that I know have a different nickname for me. And, of course, there was the not nice nickname that certain boys had for me. There was Mitch, there was Mary, combined with a certain different itch word. I just told my swimmers about this yesterday. I don't know how long that one lasted because I was supposed to be a behind my back thing that someone actually told me about. So, awesome. Yay. The song stuck in my head right now. I just realized when I thought about the themes is closing time. I was thinking about how they played it in The Office, and Stanley really liked it. Closing time. I don't know any of the words, but that is stuck in my head. Which is better, I guess, than for the past couple of weeks, Camp Rock 2 has been stuck in my head a lot. The song that the other camp sings. And sadly enough, I've watched enough that I almost have, like, the dance down. I'll be watching that tomorrow, I assume. So, yay, Camp Rock. But right now it's closing time. And it's closing time for this video, I assume, because I've been blabbering on for a long time about my 500 nicknames. So I will see you guys next week. Have a good week.